Welcome back to COİN, dear friends. So today I bought nearly 2 dozen of US and British coins. Old, modern, circulated, uncirculated. Mostly they are at about uncirculated and extremely fine conditions. Great many of them I purchased from coin shop in Baku. Remained there from flea market of Sabunchi located on the outskirts of the capital. Now let me show you them one by one. These coins inside holder are at different grades. I'll examine them thoroughly in the coming days. Here is 2000 the Sacagawea dollar. Very nice find for COİN's collection, as we never had one until this day. Pretty cool coin. This is uncirculated 1976 Kennedy half dollar or 50 cent. Commemorative issue. By the way, we never had half dollars among our coins, as a matter of fact. Very nice coin. Man, this coin is really something. Denver Mint Lincoln cent from 2007. Only distractions are these carbon smatters above and below Liberty. Both sides are almost pristine. It displays cartwheel effect. At mint stage 65 or 66. Love at first sight for this coin, really. Another half dollar, this one from 1971. It looks like AU coin, as rims display some abrasions. On the reverse, eagle head exhibits traces of dye fatigue, but overall most motifs are sharp. One more Kennedy. This is from 1984 with mint mark D, Denver Mint. Probably at mint stage 60 or 61. Yet another half dollar. It looks like pretty uncirculated to me as well. 1973 Denver. Another uncirculated gem, 2007 Lincoln cent. This one carries no mint mark. Therefore struck in Philadelphia. Coin is almost free from contacts. Strike is razor sharp. Surfaces display golden red luster. Let's open our first bag. Majority of coins inside this bag are from Commonwealth countries and feature Elizabeth II on a verse. The 1974 Canadian 25 cents. Young Elizabeth II on the front of a coin. Second portrait, if I'm not mistaken. 2015 Elizabeth II 5 pence from Great Britain. Surfaces display brilliant reflectivity. Very charming specimen. Next, 2003 Canadian 1 cent. $1979 Canadian 10 cents, briefly circulated coin, highlighting the Queen on a verse. This is one kind of a Lincoln penny, minted in 1995, having very attractive toning with slight hint of silver grey. Picked it at first sight. Next, 1987 1 penny from Jersey Island. First time seeing the legend Elizabeth II in English. Here is 1990 5 cent, extremely fine condition. (2009) 2 pence. This is Queen's fourth portrait. About uncirculated coin. Next, Canadian 1980 10 cents. £20 minted in 2010. Very nicely preserved coin. Here is bronze 1980 new pence. We have round shaped, very interesting patination of verse. About the uncirculated 1 penny from year 2000. Forced portrait. It displays great abundance of copper red luster. This must be relatively rare coin if I'm not mistaken. 1956 1 shilling. As you can see, it has slight wear on device and some tarnish around the beaded circle. 1984 5 cents from Canada. $1978 new pence, second portrait. Next, Canadian 2003 25 cents, about uncirculated. This is one lovely example, isn't it? 1979 new pence. It displays crimson red patinations throughout on obverse. On the reverse I noticed the damage on the rim. Could be lamination flaw. I'll examine it thoroughly in the near future. Uncirculated 1 penny from 2001. It has numerous hairlines on the fields. Other than that, no major distractions here. Opening next bunch of coins. Hope you enjoy the video. But you can also make us happy by hitting the subscribe and bell buttons below this video. 1965 1 penny from UK. Very fine condition, with traces of luster. 1975 10 new pence. First 10 new pence joining Coin's collection. And here is 1973 10 new pence. These two are circulated coins. This one is at about uncirculated condition. 1980 new 10 pence. Motifs of device are razor sharp, just few insignificant ticks and bag marks. Another old coin 1957 1 shilling, featuring young queen on a verse. Moving along to 1969 10 new pence, circulated and at very fine condition. But these last three coins my father brought from flea market of Sabunchi earlier. 1992 10 pence, 1992 20 pence, and 1992 1 penny. Now for all these beautiful and relatively rare coins I paid only 70 manats, which makes little more than $40. I think it's very good deal, as there are many uncirculated coins among them, including MS65 or 66, 2 Lincoln pennies. Over 181 million examples were struck. Finding them in circulation in rolls is not that difficult. However, in mint state 67 and higher, with Monticello full steps, they are quite scarce and extra valuable. Welcome back to COİN. In this episode we are talking about highly sought after Jefferson nickels, minted in 1975. If you're first time on our channel by any chance, please hit subscribe and bell buttons below the video to get daily updates on world coin prices. It's very peculiar that most expensive 1975D nickel is neither at full steps grade nor at higher mint state. It's not even at uncirculated condition at all. Here is 1975 D Aero nickel from Fred Weinberg's collection. Graded as extremely fine 40 by NGC, this coin carries a misplaced mint mark D. Irregularity is explicitly noticed even with naked eye. Traditionally, mint marks were punched into each working die. These led to numerous varieties resulting from differences in placement, depths, and number of punchings. I read in one of numismatic forums that this technique was applied until 1976. So this circulated coin ended up selling for $1,080, most recently on May 8, 2022 at Heritage Auctions. The most valuable Philadelphia struck nickel is this awesome 5 cent, which was graded at mint state 67. This is single finest full steps 1975 nickel known to PCGS, beautifully toned in iridescent pastel shades. The surfaces are both fully struck and expertly preserved. Sold in August 2021 for $4,560 at Stack's Bowers. Wrong planchet errors are highly sought after among nickels. This is 1975 S Jefferson nickel struck on Liberia 10 cent planchet. In 1975, US Mint struck 7 denominations of coins for Liberia, including the copper nickel 10 cent with a standard weight of 1.8 grams. A US nickel weighs 5 grams, as it has since 1866, aside from its wartime silver alloy. Light honey toning visits the sharply struck devices and glassy fields. Due to undersized flans, the date is partial and the mint mark is absent. Sold on April 20, 2012 for $1,380 at Heritage Auctions. Now it's high time to check out our Jefferson nickels of 1975. As clearly seen, here coins are at very fine and extremely fine grades. This one has strong trace of luster encompassing surroundings of device. Strike is razor sharp, no distracting contact marks are seen on focal areas. Letterings are sharp as well. Reverse side of a coin has a nice eye appeal. Surfaces exhibit minimum amount of abrasions. Device is sharply detailed by few bag marks on steps, and flatness on last steps prevents a finer grade. This one is also Philadelphia struck, but difference is seen at first glance. This one has little pale reflectivity. Strike is not that sharp. Some mint softness is evident on Jefferson's hair. At the same time, few tarnish specks catch the eye near the rims. When we turn it over, we get cocktail of wear, abrasions, patination, and cloudiness near the rims. Monticello steps totally flat. And the last one is from Denver with mint mark D. Appealing is satisfactory. Design elements are sharply struck. Letterings are crisp. No rubbing seen at higher points. On the reverse we see medium wear on some, mainly on scent, of face value. But it is possible that it was struck by a eroded reverse tie. At the same time, upper legends are spreading towards the rims. Some tarnished layers are seen around the letterings under magnification. For the last, I would like you to get acquainted with guiding price lists for higher grades of these nickels, provided by PCGS. 93 Lincoln pennies at lower mint states are pretty common as overall mintage of Denver and Philly struck cents combined with more than 11 billion. Anything above mint state 68 plus designation is considered numismatic rarity, highly sought after. Welcome back to COİN. Today's episode features super rare and expensive 1993 Lincoln cents. This is absolute gem among regular strike 1993 pennies from Philadelphia, graded at mint state 69 red by NGC. Satin gold red luster encompasses razor sharp surfaces of device and the fields on both sides. Very rare collector's item which was sold in February 2022 for $3,375 on eBay. And here's a record holder among Denver Mint 1993 Lincoln pennies, graded at mint state 69 red by a PCGS, a low population condition rarity that sports satiny, virtually pristine surfaces on both sides. Otherwise pinkish red in shade, The luster assumes swirls of lilac rose color in the center that provides a simply lovely look. It was sold for $4,600 at Stack's Bowers. But error pennies from 1993 are extremely valuable as compared to high mint date, regular strike, Lincoln cents. For instance, these 1993 D Lincoln cents struck with dime reverse die, graded at mint date 65 red by PCGS. US coins struck with dies of different denominations are extremely rare. These lustrous gems show the characteristics expected of a cent and a dime mill. The dime side has broad, tall rim since metal was forced into color of the dime die by the wider diameter cent die opposite. As a result, the cent side has a soft strike near the rim since metal in the vicinity flowed into the dime color. The strike on the devices is normal. The lustrous surfaces are pristine aside from a solitary, faint graze above the date. The color is predominantly orange, with shades of fire red and olive green occasionally present. It was sold for $51,750 in 2010 at heritage auctions. Now let me show you our Lincoln pennies from 1993, red and brown varieties. One to the right was minted in Denver, while brown example to the left was impressed in Philadelphia. Denver mint coin is at about uncirculated condition. As you can see, surfaces are practically free from distracting abrasions, except this slanting mark, possibly bag mark near the Lincoln's forehead. Fields are very clean, displaying predominantly golden orange luster and splashes of carbon throughout. Pay attention to the sharpness of well-struck device motifs. No slightest wear is seen here. Reverse side displays strong patinations above face value and on and around United States. Device elements are sharply struck here as well. We see just one tiny notch above C of face value and few bag marks on memorial columns. This one is 1993 red-brown Lincoln cent Philadelphia strike as it bears no mint mark. This specimen is at extremely fine condition, featuring laser-sharp detailed Lincoln bust. Letterings and profiles show almost no wear. When we turn it over, we see sharply detailed memorial with some peach orange luster among columns. Legend above shows some wear mainly on states, off almost flattened with corn yellow hues all around. Also strong trace of luster seen around E pluribus unum and America. When we pay attention to the lower lettering, the face value, we see possible marks of polishing. For the last, I would like to show you guiding price list for higher grades of those pennies. Philadelphia and Denver mint combined. Guys, today I'm going to show you 1991 British Elizabeth II 2 pence from COİN's collection. Together we will find out its value, price range, and at the end of the video I'll show you how to post it for sale on our website. The 2 pence coin is currently the second lowest circulation denomination of British pound sterling, after the halfpenny was demonetized in 1984. Metal composition is bronze, weight little more than 7 grams, diameter 25.9 millimeters. Overside features the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right. Reverse side displays badge of Prince of Wales with embedded circle, denomination and words above around, and numeral 2 written below. These 2 pence is at very fine condition, displaying slight wear on high points of Queen's bust, mainly on hair, necklace and earrings. Surfaces of the fields exhibit some attractive hints of olive green and mustard yellow. At the same time, small amount of warm hues show up around the diadem under the close inspection. Letterings are crisp. Rims nearby display several nicks located side by side. When we flip it over, we see sharply detailed letterings and badge of Wales. Marks of contact are limited to the several bag marks of insignificant sizes, including this one over the ribbon. Surface of the fields highlights gray patination mainly on central areas and around the rims. According to NGC price guide, at Mint-State 63 these coins are worth at least 50 cents. At Mint-State 65 it's valued at least $1. But on-demand prices are little more higher than these fixed prices. For instance, on eBay these ungraded and mostly circulated 2 pence from 1991 can be fetched for $1.25 to $3 depending on its condition. Now that we know the probable price of our coin, let's post it for. In 1995, Philadelphia Mint produced over a billion 1995p Washington quarters, making it a very common issue in circulated grades, and even up to MS64 grades. According to PCGS, in MS67 condition it becomes scarce with possible few hundred examples in existence. In MS68 it's very hard to come by, and the highest grade in which it exists, with none being finer. Welcome back to COİN. Today's episode features 1995 quarters worth big money. If you're first time on our channel, you can make us happy by hitting the subscribe button down below the video. This is 1995p top graded registry coin which was graded at Mint-State 68 by PCGS. Both sides remain unmarked and all brilliant with cartwheel luster. The motifs are fully struck. The gem was sold for $3,600 in 2019 at Heritage Auctions. Here is absolute record holder among Denver issues of that year. 1995D quarter at Mint-State 67 plus. This flashy top grade piece was bargained for $1,293 in 2017 at Goldberg Auctioneers. Quarters with mint errors are also very valuable among 1995 issues. For instance, this one, 1995p quarter dollar, graded at Mint-State 64 by Anex. It is double struck coin. Second strike was 75% off center towards the east. This incredible example ended up selling for $456 in 2021 at Heritage Auctions. Wrong planchet error quarters of 1995 are relatively valuable as well. Here is 1995p Washington quarter struck on a nickel planchet, graded at Mint-State 66 by NGC. Due to size difference between those two planchets, some device elements disappears into void. On the obverse, lower half of the date was struck into gap. On the reverse, United States of America is not fully struck. This coin was sold for $240 just in May of 2022 at Stack's Bowers. Now let's check out our Washington quarters from 1995. One to the left minted in Philadelphia, one to the right in Denver. Both of them at extremely fine condition. Denver Mint quarter displays strong traces of mint luster as compared to Philly Mint. Now let's examine them separately. 1995p at extremely fine condition. Strike is bold, which is obviously seen from motifs of Washington's head. Here we have numerous notches on the forehead, around the eye and on the nose, accompanied with medium-sized mark on the cheekbone. Surface of the fields and device exhibit nice looking reflectivity, even though insignificant amount of tarnish stocks are seen around the collar. On the reverse we see light wear on the chest and the head part of the eagle. At the same time, some softness catches the eye on the right wing, accompanied with number of contact marks. The most distracting element is vertical gouge in the center of chest, resembling a surgical cut. As I mentioned before, Denver Mint quarter displays very bold remnants of mint luster. Obverse side has a very nice eye appeal for circulated quarter. On the reverse, we witness sharply detailed device elements. Always seen softness on chest of circulated quarters. Has nothing to do with this one. Look at the textures on the chest. I examined many quarters among our 25 cents and very rarely have come across such one. Here let me show you the other example for comparison. Very nice coin indeed.
I'm going to talk about 1969 Elizabeth II 10 new pence from COİN's collection. Circulated coin at very fine condition. So really quick about its history. The coin was first issued in 1968 before the currency was decimalized to circulate in parallel with florin, 2 shillings. Coin it eventually replaced. Coin was demonetized in 1993. Metal composition of a coin is copper nickel, diameter is 28.5 millimeters. Mass is 11.3 grams. Oversight features second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right. And legends around. On the reverse crown lion walking to the left. The numeral value 10 is below lion, and denomination in words new pence above around. Coin has too many abrasions and bag marks, no doubt. Very slight softness is evident on Tyra and on the top. The most distracting contact mark is this slanting abrasion. Letterings are readable but yet show abraded surfaces. We have several tiny nicks on the collar as well. Reverse side has too many contact marks to count on the fields. Nevertheless, here we see sharply detailed device elements. On the tip of a tail, medium-sized notch catches the eye. Slight rub can be seen on face, hair and crown of the lion. Under left paw we see a round carbon speck and one verdigris speck between rims and the beaded circle. According to NGC price guide, at Midday 60 these coins are worth at least 80 cents. At Midday 65, price starts from $2. Now let's see for which amount it sells on eBay. On June 6, this 10 new pence at very fine condition like ours was bargained for $1.25. 5 days earlier, other circulated specimen ended up selling for $1.75 at online bidding. And on May 26, 2022, this very nice 10 pence was sold for $1.76.
The 1979 P. Lincoln cent is very common as the US Mint struck over 6 billion examples for circulation. According to PCGS, the coins are very common up to MS-66 condition. In MS-67 they began to be scarce. In MS-68 conditions they are very difficult to find and command a very strong premium. When it comes to Denver Mint 1979 cents, examples up to MS-66 can easily be found or purchased. In MS-67 conditions they are scarce. Anything grading higher is considered super rare. Welcome back to COİN. This episode features 1979 Lincoln pennies worth huge amount of money. So really quick, if you are first time in our channel, please hit subscribe and bell buttons down below to get daily updates on coin prices. This is 1979 Lincoln set minted in Philadelphia, tied for the finest certified. Graded Midday 68 grade by PCGS. In 1979, Philadelphia impressed over 6 billion cents, yet only 5 pieces have been similarly certified at PCGS. It makes one coin for every 1.2 billion pieces minted. This glowing orange superb gem has bold design motifs with frosty luster and sensational eye appeal. It was sold for $5,462.50 at Heritage Auctions. Here's the most expensive Denver Mint set from 1979. PCGS has designated only 20 1979 D cents as superb gem, as this plus graded coin is the sole finest. The preservation is nearly flawless and the frosty surfaces display radiant copper orange luster. Minor dye fatigue and faint parallel polishing lines barely affect the sharpness of strike. It was sold for $3,995, also at Heritage Auctions. Here is one of the most incredible, most fascinating and most spectacular United States Mint errors ever. 1979 D. Lincoln cent, multi-piece bonded die cap, weighing 105 grams. This represents an entire group of mint errors, not just a single piece. It is multiple piece die cap errors that showcase Lincoln cents of 1979 D bonded together, one on the top of the other, ranging from complete impression at the bottom of the die cap to partial impressions throughout. Definitely one for the record books. It was sold for $11,162.50 at Stack's Bowers in 2012. Wrong planchet errors are also highly demanded among penny collectors. This is 1979 Lincoln cent struck on a dime planchet, grade at mint state 66 by Anex. Satiny and bright, this otherwise brilliant example exhibits traces of faint golden iridescence around the peripheries. The strike is expertly centered and exceptionally full in error of this type. No trace of a dime undertype can be seen. It was sold in March 2014 at official auction of Whitman Coin and Collectibles Expo for $1,410. Now it's time to check out our pennies from 1979. As you see, we have 3 pennies here, all minted in Philadelphia, starting with this one, heavily abraded and yet possibly cleaned 1 cent, as very pale diagonal lines are seen under close inspection. Strike is not that bold. Lincoln head displays both smoothness and number of contact marks. Above the head we see large pile of carbon, resembling a funny little cap. 2 deep notches catch the eye near 2 o'clock, result of some heavy impact. Color displays number of dents and nicks. Reverse side displays some warm red toning around the upper legends and some mint traces among memorial columns, accompanied with some carbon stocks between 3rd and 4th columns. From the left, slight softness is evident on STA of United States. Could be due to die fatigue. Next one is also over-circulated 1979 Philocell, at least 1 grade lower than previous one, most likely at fine condition. Lincoln profile displays medium wear on high points. Surfaces of device are bombarded with abrasions and bag marks. Strong but yet scattered tarnish significantly impacts the reflectivity of this penny. Here also on the reverse we see some trace of red luster around United States of America. Strike is weak, yet minimal wear is seen on this side. And the last one, this penny is at very fine condition, displaying light wear on Lincoln's bust. Surfaces are tarnished throughout. President profile exhibits numerous contact marks. The most peculiar is a curve abrasion or bag mark under the eye. On the reverse we witness some burnt orange hints around E pluribus unum. Some carbon stocks show up between United and States and in central area of the memorial. This side of a coin is less abraded, but I suspect of cleaning here as well, as some slanting lines catch the eye while we tilt the coin. The 1981p Washington quarter is very common in circulated grades and can still be pulled from circulation. According to PCGS, in uncirculated grade it's common up to MS65 grade and can be found in rolls or mint sets. Examples in MS66, they are much tougher, but there are still hundreds of examples available. In MS67 conditions, they are hard to find with less than few dozen known, and non-existing in any MS68 condition. By the way, in MS67 plus grade, Philly quarters are worth at least $4,300. Welcome back to COİN. In this episode I will talk about very valuable regular strike and error Washington quarters minted in 1981. For your information, the very year Philadelphia Mint struck more than 600 million quarters, while mintage of Denver Mint quarters was nearly 575 million. Here is 1981p 25 cent at mint state 67 inside PCGS slab, one of 3 pictures provided by professional coin grading company. As it was sold online on eBay, quality of image is little bit poor. According to records, this is the most valuable Philadelphia struck 1981 quarter so far, sold in 2018 for $700. Error coins though from that year can be extremely valuable. For instance, just in 2022, this error quarter was sold for crazy amount. So what kind of error happened here, you might ask? It's a quarter overstruck on a 1981p Jefferson nickel. It also displays double denomination on reverse. Grade at Midday 67 by NGC, this pinnacle rarity ended up selling for $2,520 on January 3, 2022 at Heritage Auctions. Another unbelievable 1981 Aero Quarter was sold at online auction hosted by Stax Bowers in 2018. This is 1981 Washington Quarter from Harrison Phillips collection, struck on a dime planchet. All the verse, as you see, upper parts of Washington set disappears into edge. Also date below is not fully struck, and no one knows whether it's Philadelphia struck or Denver struck coin. Same goes to United and of America on the reverse. But overall coin has a very nice appealing, no mentionable contact marks on either side. It was sold for $336. Here's another super cool error coin from 1981, the Washington Quarter with capped die error. For those who don't know, the capped die happens when a coin sticks to the hammer die, and if it remains on the die long enough, it will spread around the outside of the die, forming what looks like a bottle cap. As it was improperly cleaned, NGC did not assign a grade by Sheldon scale. It was bargained for $632.50 in 2009 at Heritage Auctions. Now it's the time to check our Washington Quarters from 1981. Two of them struck in Philadelphia, one to the right impressed in Denver. Coins are mostly at choice very fine condition. 1981 Washington Quarter with mint mark D. Mint luster only limited to beats in selected areas of the fields. Washington's upper hair part displays light softness accompanied with a slanting mark. At the same time, two deep grooves are seen on focal areas of the bust. Reverse side displays sharply struck letterings and device elements. Some wear is evident on the chest area of the eagle. No major spots or contact marks are visible. Just few tiny notches of insignificant size. This is 1981 P, an error coin improperly annealed, which comes with an obvious clad flow. These streak-like textures on the fields. It also displays major flam flows, irregular shape of a collar. On the latter eye of Liberty we see diagonal crack as well. Die must have been eroded as well or covered with grease. IN and TR of the motto are totally distorted. Reverse side displays abraded surfaces on central areas and on the rims. But the most eye-catching mark is a very deep die crack below the right wing. And the last one, Philadelphia struck quarter, worst among these three in terms of eye appeal. Fields and device displays abraded surfaces throughout. Several dents and nicks are evident on the rims. On the reverse we see medium amount of softness on eagle's head and chest. Same streak-shaped texture on lower half. Could the Jefferson nickel from 2010 be worth more than its face value? By all means. Sometimes these 5 cents sell even for hundreds of dollars, believe it or not. As at Midday 68 full steps, they are highly sought after. Welcome back to COİN Us. This episode features valuable 2010 nickels to look for in mint sets and rolls. If you're first time on our channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell buttons down below the video to get daily updates on coin prices. According to PCGS, this is the most expensive nickel from that year so far. 2010 D nickel at Midday 68 full steps from Steve Strom collection. Absolute gem with no distraction on either side. Those scratches that you see are contact marks on surface of a slab, not a coin. Strike is bold. On the reverse, sharply detailed Monticello displays full steps without a single tick. It was sold for little less than $999 at Heritage Auctions. But recent years, prices surged dramatically. Today at Midday 68, Denver Mint 2010 nickel is worth at least $1,250 as for PCG's price guide. When it comes to Philadelphia Mint, that year they produced regular strike nickels along with special ones with satin finish. This is what you have to look for among 2010 piece to get a very nice deal. Fields must have silky, fine finish on the fields. Coins with satin luster almost never display cartwheel effect while tilting the coin. So this beautiful nickel also from Steve Strong collection ended up selling for $881.25 in 2016 at Heritage Auctions. Now I would like to show you our nickel from 2010. Coin is in about uncirculated condition. It was minted in Philadelphia. Surfaces, unlike the one I showed you before, display normal finish as we catch some cartwheel effect here. Strike is very sharp. Nowhere is evident on this side of a coin. The most eye-catching mark is this deep abrasion near the right cheek, and another slanting contact mark above the lip. Surfaces of the fields to the left of Jefferson display residue of likely duct tape. On the reverse we see strike is bold, some splashes of grey hues are scattered around Monticello. Contact marks on the pillars prevents this coin of full steps grade. At the same time above the steps we see one deep mark. Face value shows one slanting back mark above CE. Overall coin has a very fine eye appeal. According to PCGS, in 1995, US Mint accidentally struck very popular double die variety. Doubling is so bold that it can be seen with the naked eye. If you are penny collectors, then keep the date in mind, as there is double die variety for P mint mark and also for D mint mark. Welcome back to COİN. In this episode I'm going to talk about highly demanded 1995 Lincoln cents. So make sure to subscribe if you're first time on our channel, and let's get started. The 1995 double die is the last of its kind. Late in 1990s, the Philadelphia and Denver Mint began using a single hop technique. The single hop technique would only strike all dies once, therefore eliminating the possibility of striking major double die coins. When the coins were initially discovered, they were commanding as much as $300 for each row example. Today they sell for over $4,800 at higher uncirculated gem grades. This is the most valuable 1995 double die cent so far. Philadelphia Mint. Grade at mint state 69 red and provided with 30th anniversary green label by PCGS. A dazzling cent that displays peach gold and ruby red coloration over neatly perfect, sharply struck surfaces. Strong doubling on Liberty is readily visible, as well as on In God We Trust. This variety took the numismatic world by storm in 1995 and fostered a nationwide search that yielded very few examples in such high grade. It was sold for $1,552.50 in 2017 at Heritage Auctions. And here's the finest Denver Mint cent with double die verse dated 1995. The motto In God We Trust is clearly doubled on this amazing superb gem. That's only MS67 red FS103 cent that PCGS has certified. This piece has rich orange mint luster with noticeably stippled surfaces from die erosion and struck. Scattered spots are consistent with the grade. It was sold for $4,200. At higher mint state, pennies of 1995 are highly sought after. Here is 1995 D Lincoln cent, grade at mint state 68 plus by PCGS. This piece was outstanding eye appeal. The coin exhibits a sharp strike as well, adding to attractiveness. Sold on December 5th, 2013 for $1,880, also at Heritage Auctions. Pennies overstruck on different coins are also quite valuable among 1995 cents. This is 1995 Lincoln cent overstruck on 1991 P. Roosevelt time. Grade that means day 66 by NGC. The cent stripe was inverted and flipped relative to dime stripe. Portions of one dime overlap Lincoln's forehead, and Roosevelt's portrait is upside down in relation with the Lincoln Memorial. The dime date and mint mark are bold. It was sold for $3,290 in 2017 at Heritage Auctions. Now it's time to check our Lincoln cent from 1995. This is uncirculated penny, possibly at mint state 60 or 61 brown. Very beautiful coin with attractive coloration on central areas, mainly around and on Lincoln's head. Slight bluish and vibrant silver grey hues catch the eye while tilting the coin under the light. Surfaces exhibit very neat reflectivity, strong details are seen on device motifs, focal points of device almost pristine, except these bag marks of insignificant size on the nose. Only distraction is this abrasion at 8 o'clock, but could be also a die crack, as it shows very irregular shape. Also some tarnish stocks piled around the rims prevents a higher grade. The reverse side exhibits well-struck device elements. Except here on OF we see little paleness, which is a result of die fatigue. Fields are almost free from marks. Over and around face value, some olive green and bluish hints. Between the third and fifth columns from the left inside memorial, we see very weak trace of red luster. Overall coin has a very nice eye appeal. At circulated grades 1970D Jefferson nickels are pretty easy to find in rolls. But at mint state, with Monticello full steps, they are extremely rare. As a matter of fact, MS66 with full steps is worth at least $10,000. So closely pay attention to Monticello steps on the reverse. 1970s nickels are also scarce with full steps. The finest examples certified by PCGS are a pair of MS66 full steps gems. Welcome back to COİN. In this episode we are talking about rare and valuable 1970 nickels. So make sure to hit subscribe and bell buttons below if you're first time on our channel. Now let's get rolling. This 1970S nickel tied for finest certified at PCGS. Considering the 9-figure mintage produced during this period, the 1970S Jefferson nickel is surprisingly scarce and full steps. The steps are completely delineated, and satiny surfaces are beautifully preserved. Hints of nickel gold toning grace each side. It was sold for $6,462.50 on January 7th, 2016 at Heritage Auctions. 1970 nickels minted in San Francisco at higher mint states are extremely valuable as well. For instance, this is impressively sharp registry coin at mint state 66 with full steps on reverse. Golden toned luster is satiny and unabraded, and there is nothing lacking with the stripe. Eye appeal is outstanding for the issue. It was bargained for $3,240 at Heritage Auctions. 1970 nickels with incredible errors also make good money. For instance, this is 1970D nickel struck on a 1970D cent. On this 6 cents error, just enough of the date remains to identify both the cent undertype and the nickel overtype as 1970D issues. Pink and copper gold surfaces show lavender and blue hues, which account for red and brown designation. It ended up selling for $3,737.50 in 2011 at Heritage Auctions. And this is 1970S 5 cents struck on a dime planchet, grade as PR64 by NGC. Since proofsets were assembled by hand by mint workers in 1970, someone must have been asleep at switch for the present of metal error to escape the mint. The lucky recipient of the proofset must have been mystified by the nickel, which looks like an incomplete planchet error, but it has proper weight and layered edge of a clad dime. Trust and liberty are almost absent, while the mint mark is complete and nearly all of the date is present. Satiny and unabraded, sold in 2010 for $1,725, also at Heritage Auctions. Now let's check out our nickels from 1970s. Now you're looking at 1970 Jefferson nickel with mint mark S on the left, and one bearing mint mark D, standing for Denver Mint, on the right. Pretty well preserved circulated coins, starting with 1970D, as clearly seen surfaces of the coin, mainly the device, display frosty luster. Jefferson bust is sharply struck. Letterings are stark, showing no rubbing on high points. Plentiful hairlines and some deep marks on device. Also abundance of minuscule hairlines on surfaces, which contributes to fading of the luster. Slight oxide layer is evident inside lettering in and around RTI of Liberty. On the reverse we see clear traces of dye fatigue. Monticello steps are flattened and no magnifying glass needed to see this. On the central part of the building we observe crisscrossing scratches. Here also some tarnish stalks visible around the lower letterings. Overall appealing is good, most definitely at extremely fine condition. Second nickel is with mint mark S, San Francisco Mint. It is nearly 1 or 2 grades lower than the previous one. Some wear is shown on high points of device, especially the hair of president. Letterings are well struck, again besieged by pale patina. Major stock evident near the numeral 7 of the date. It also exhibits a dent on the southern rim. In spite of having too many marks, coin preserved some luster. On the reverse, first thing catches the eye is medium smoothness on Monticello building. Here we see 2 diagonal scratches of significant length. Steps are completely flattened. Reverse tie was eroded most probably, as strike of a face value is not that accurate as you see. According to PCGS price guide, both 1970S and 1970D at extremely fine condition are valued at $4 minimum. Price of by finding 1984P Roosevelt dime at Mintday 68, you can make about $500. The 1984Ds at Mintday 68 with full bands are worth big money as well. NGC has registered only one dime representing that grade so far. Today we are talking about rare and valuable Roosevelt dimes of 1984. As always, if you're first on our channel, I'd highly recommend you to subscribe to COINUts to watch daily high definition coin videos. This is 1984P Roosevelt dime at Mintday 68 full bands. Cold silver gray luster graces the surfaces of this uncirculated gem. Mentionable contact marks equal to none. Both sides are practically pristine, so this problem-free 10 cent was sold for $423 in 2015 at Heritage Auctions. 1984D at Mintday 68 is extremely rare and highly sought after, as I mentioned before. This gem was graded by NGC. Surfaces of the fields and device display satin reflectivity throughout. Coin is devoid of mentionable abrasions or hairlines. Backside of a coin is cheap full bands, as you can see. It was sold for $381.88 in 2014, also at Heritage Auctions. Sometimes beautiful toning significantly increases the price of a coin as well. At Mintday 65, 1984D dimes are worth $710. However, this beautiful coin at the same grade was sold for amount 10 times higher, for $70 at Stack's Powers. It highlights very charming rainbow iridescence on obverse side. Now I would like to show you 1984 dimes from COINUts collection. Both of them minted in Philadelphia, as they carry P mint mark above the date. One to the left at extremely fine condition, the other is error coin at very fine state. Now let me zoom in so you can see difference yourself. As you can see, dime on the top carry a mint error, generally called misaligned die error, which resulted in such doubling on the rim over the Liberty, as color dies clashed. Misalignment also impacted the appearance of lower letterings. In God We Trust shows distorted and blurry surfaces most vividly seen on WE. Pay attention to the strike of the date of a dime on the top. The backside of an error dime displays very poor strike as well. Letters of upper legend spread little bit downward, while on E pluribus unum distortion is towards the east. No full bands here for sure, but if compared with second, normal struck coin, we see weak but full separation of upper and lower bands on the torch. So probably full bands. Today I'm going to show you British 1988 Elizabeth II 1 penny from COİN's collection. Watch this video till the end and I'll show you how to post these coins for sale on the coinas.com. Quick reminder, if you first time on our channel, please hit subscribe and bell buttons down below the video to get daily updates on coin prices. So really short about its physical features. It's a bronze coin with diameter of 20.32 mm. Oversight features third crown portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right and wearing the royal diadem. Legends around which can be translated from Latin as Elizabeth II by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of Faith. As obviously seen, all of the letterings are stark with only insignificant rubbing on the tips. Profile of a queen displays medium wear on high point, several contact marks seen on nose, chin and near the chin area, but elements of diadem are almost pristine. Some dark smatters catch the eye of the cheek and on the legends, and one carbon looking like a mole under the bust. Reverse side features crown portcullis with chain, the badge of Palace of Westminster, above face value in full with lettering 1 penny, below the denomination. Here we see sharply struck device elements, which are almost devoid of wear, and contact marks. Letterings are also bold and stark. According to NGC price guide, 1988 bronze 1 pennies at grades below mean state 63 are worth not more than 20 cents. On eBay, price of about uncirculated 1988 pennies range between $1 to $4, but sometimes they sell for incredible price even at circulated conditions. For instance, in April of this year, one Indian vendor sold his circulated 1 penny for $99.35. I don't know who bought it that expensive. Today I'm going to show you uncirculated bicentennial 1976 Kennedy half dollar, which was recently added to COIN's collection. Together we'll examine it thoroughly, find out current market price, and then I will show you how to post it for sale on our online coin trading platform. So please watch till the end. So this is circulating commemorative coin with metal composition of copper nickel plated copper. Weight is 11.34 grams. Diameter 30.60 millimeters. Oversight highlights left profile of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, the 35th President of United States. Liberty with widely spread style above and around the head. Motto in God We Trust is separated by lower part of the bust, and below the date of adoption of Independence Declaration of US and date of minting. Reverse side exhibits Independence Hall as central device, United States of America above, face value below, E pluribus unum to the right, 200 years of freedom to the left, and Independence Hall in exergue. Coin is uncirculated at mean state 60 or 61. Surfaces of a verse are void of mentionable contact marks, just several bag marks of insignificant sizes on the neck area, and one seen abrasion becomes visible while tilting the coin at 8 o'clock. Strike is bold, few grey dark green toned specks catch the eye near the letter T and behind the head at 3 o'clock. Edge is reeded and free from abrasions and wear. Reverse side exhibits very pleasant satiny on the fields, which are practically pristine. Some dark green yellowish glue-like stain is seen around LL of face value. Also same toned patina on E pluribus unum. Device elements are sharply detailed, only columns are these bag marks on the building. Overall, COİN has excellent eye appeal. Auction record for bicentennial Kennedy clad was set in 2004. MS64 gem was sold for $3,105 at heritage auctions. At Midstage 61, these coins are worth at least $4.
Today's episode features old British coin, 1 penny from 1965, recently added to COİN's collection. Coin is at extremely fine condition with golden peach luster all around the surfaces. Bronze coin, which was demonetized in 1971 after introduction of small size new penny. Diameter of a coin is 31 millimeters. It weighs 9.4 grams. Overt side features the first portrait of young Queen Elizabeth II with laurel wreaths in her hair tied with ribbon, with the two ends flowing behind. On the reverse, seated Britannia, the female personification of Great Britain, facing right, wearing a crested Corinthian helmet, holding trident on left hand, and resting her right hand on a shield. As I mentioned before, coin is a choice extremely fine condition with strong luster. Reflectivity of surface is only slightly muted by carbon explosions, and some fading around letterings and beaded circle. Device is sharply impressed, hair motifs display nowhere. Here we have one deep gouge on the right cheek of a queen, and another under the letter A. Also one dot-shaped black carbon speck catches the eye below the Roman numerals too. Reverse side has a nice appealing for 57-year-old circulated coin. Yet here we witness more abrasions and distracting patinas. The largest stock above 65 of the date. Strike is bold. As these coins are demonetized in UK, they are more or less valuable as compared to pennies of new decimal system. According to NGC price guide, even at extremely fine state, they are worth at least $2.
Welcome back to COİN, dear friends. So today I bought nearly 2 dozen of US and British coins. Old, modern, circulated, uncirculated. Mostly they are at about uncirculated and extremely fine conditions.